Samina, waka waka, 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz score again. What up, what up, what up, what's up, man? Welcome back to Rob's Arsenal recap. And in this video, we're just gonna go take a look into under the hood. We're gonna take a look under the hood. We're gonna see some stats why Arsenal play this good. Now, there's two opinions right now going around right now, which is one that says that, man, this match was so boring. It's so boring. And then on the other hand, there's some fans saying, wow, superb, brilliant match. This is the best we played all season. So we're going to take a look on both sides of the story, because for those that said that this match was boring, I get it. I understand. And sometimes we need to be boring in order to grind out the results, because it was a thing that it wasn't because we were atrocious. It wasn't because that this match was dead. It's the fact that we kept them on the wraps. We kept them under control. We control this game. And we control it in such a way that it looks boring, because they weren't doing nothing. They were doing nothing. I see they tried to do certain transition. They tried to do certain things. And by the way, the manager is grew up very close to Mikel Arteta, so you can see that the philosophy basically is similar. I don't know. And once again, I apologize, right? I apologize because I know you guys have been expecting a match preview for the match against. The match in the Carabao Cup. I didn't do a preview for that one, and I know you've been expecting a preview for the Bournemouth match. But my webcam has been acting up, right? My camera has been acting up, but hopefully now it's all good, it's okay, and now we can get back to business. We can get back down to business. So I made a video, but it was just too laggy. It was buffering too much. So I was like, nah, I can't be posting this. But in that video, I done some stats. I got some stats about Bournemouth and their midfield. So Bournemouth midfield, they were basically the best place, the best position, the best basically players in their team. The top 5 players in their team are midfielders. I done a stats on the entirety, all the match they had this season so far, and the best players were in midfield. Billing being one of their best players, right? So I said that in that review that their midfield is going to be key. Once we break down their midfield, they're not going to have any answer for us. So it's going to be a match of midfield. And I was saying that if Declan Rice is injured, could be a very shaky match. But we see that Declan Rice was in midfield, controlling everything. And even though he had a good match for me, it just looked like it wasn't at his best. I see him done a few drives, and I'm like, yeah, go on, Declan. This is the Declan we saw at West Ham. This is the Declan I've been waiting for to see all season. I think that even though he was playing good all season, he's been a bit safe. He's been not being brave. He's not taking on people enough like what we saw at West Ham. I think that he was just playing safe, building up his confidence, basically building his relationship with the team before he started being brave and start taking more risk. But in this match, I saw him doing a lot of things. And I'm thinking, is it because we're playing Bournemouth, or is it just he's getting this more confident and he's getting this much braver to be doing these things, driving in midfield, beating about 3-4 players? And I love to see that. That's what I love to see, because I know he has the ability. I know he has the potential to be very good being a ball carrier. And we're going to go into some stats to prove that also. So for me, overall, the match was a bit boring. I'm not even going to lie. I agree with those people that said it's boring. However, we got 4 goals and we got 3 points. That's what matters at the end of the day. It doesn't matter sometimes. I want to see beautiful football against teams like Man City. I want to see beautiful football against teams like Tottenham, even though we left basically disappointed in that match. Most fans anyways left disappointed in the match. Against Liverpool, these are the teams I want to see beautiful football. I don't mind grinding results. I don't mind being controlled in the game against teams like Bournemouth. To me, that's not a big deal. So enough being said, we're just going to dive straight into the stats now and see how we control this game and why. Because trust me, there's a lot of things that you're going to be surprised with, especially Gabriel Jesus. He had a brilliant match, and we're going to delve deep into the reasons why. Gabriel Magalhaes, absolutely brilliant. I'm going to say this now. We need to give this guy his credit. We need to give him the credit he deserves, because he's been superb. I know that we're all fascinated with William Saliba. We all have this, I don't know, this deep fascination with Saliba, this deep curiosity, right? Calling him the Rolls Royce defense. But we should not take Gabriel Magalhaes lightly. We should not underestimate him. What he does for the team is invaluable. What he does for the team, I don't think any other player can do. And we're going to go into some stats why. And he's improving and getting even better. Some of the things he does, not even Saliba has been doing it for us yet. He potentially could in the future, but as of now, the things that Gabriel, if we can remember vividly, the cross he done for in the previous match when Trossard was playing, that cross to Trossard, that pass to Trossard, and that led to a goal. That was superb. That started from Gabriel, and most of us didn't even realize. Trossard dribbled, crossed the ball. Gabriel Jesus had it, controlled it, shoot, score. But where did it start from? It started from Gabriel Magalhães. So we need to start putting some respect on his name. Our Brazilian centre back, right? Gabriel Magalhães, our Brazilian number 6, he's been superb all season. For the last 2 seasons, he's been superb. But I think that we all have been so fascinated by William Saliba that we failed to give this guy credit. But let's just get it straight. Let's just stand the talking. Let's get into the stacks and see the reasons why. So this is the team lineup. We see Raya goal. Now, let's start on David Raya. Raya, I did not expect to be in my formation. I choose Ramsdale, but I see in the last match we see Ramsdale playing the Carabao Cup. Ramsdale had a very good match. Ramsdale done really, really, really well. I was not expecting, and where I believe that he's improved, and this is why I agree with Mikel Arteta. Everything this guy does, I agree. Right? I agree first, question later. But most fans, I see question first, and then when they've been proven wrong, that's when they start to agree. That's not me. You have to give these managers time. You have to believe and trust in them because they are revolutionaries. And when you're starting to see or understand that a manager or a player or a person is a revolutionary, you have to just give them free reins. Let them do what they're doing. Then you criticize them after the fact. And I see Mikel Arteta got David Raya in. Matter of fact, when he got Ramsdale in, most of these same fans that's criticizing him now were criticizing, oh, we got Leno. Leno's a very good keeper. I don't see why we're getting Ramsdale. Ramsdale was playing for a relegated team. Why do we need a keeper that got relegated? We don't need a keeper like that. Now, we're in 360 in the same position again. Now, everyone is saying the same thing about Ramsdale. Oh, Ramsdale is very good. Ramsdale this, Ramsdale that. We don't need another keeper. Have some faith in your manager. Have some faith in Mikel Arteta. He's been doing it, proving us wrong time and time again. When are you guys going to learn? Just give him some time. Let him do what he's doing. Then we can criticize after the fact. Now, David Raya came in and gave him some very good competition so far. Because I see Ramsdale. I've never seen Ramsdale do a driven pass. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Our keeper is like a midfielder. Our keepers pass the ball better than most midfielders in this league. I'm telling you that. When I see Ramsdale do about 3 to 4 driven pass into, I think it was Kai Havertz, do some driven pass to Kai Havertz, I'm thinking, oh my gosh. It beat 2 players. It went direct. It's like a through pass. It's like a driven through pass. Driven through pass. You have to have some tech in passing to do passes like that. That's not easy. That's a very difficult skill to do. And Ramsdale, I've never seen Ramsdale done that before. Never. When he first came to Arsenal, I see him done a few passes and got me off my seat. I'm thinking, wow, brilliant. But this is the first time I'm seeing Ramsdale do passes like these, and I'm all for the competition because I can already see an improvement in Ramsdale, and it's because of David Raya. So David Raya had a very good match. He didn't have much to do, and we're going to go into his stats. He didn't have much to do, but what he done very well. And his starting position, if you can take a look at his starting position right now, it's right on the edge of the 18-yard. And I see this, I'm going to go into some other stats to show this guy was playing basically on the edge of his 18. That's where he played the whole match. For me, it's like a sweeper centre-back. He was sweeping because they made a 3. Saliba and Gabriel Magalhães made a 3 with David Raya. And they was just passing between each other like it's nothing. I'm thinking, I love it. Only the big teams we do things like this. The Edisons, the Alisson. And now we're part of that story. We're part of that caliber. We're part of that category now. Big teams. With very, very good keepers. That very technical and very good with both feet. And very good on their feet. Having brilliant passes. Very good high claims. David Raya has been doing bits for us so far. And he's on the edge of the 18. Playing like a centre-back. I see, man. And it's not just he's playing on the edge of the 18. I see him organising the defence. He's telling Zinchenko to go higher. He said, go up, go up, go up. Telling Ben White to come back. He's organising everyone. And to me, I know Ramsdale does it, but not the way Raya does it. I see Gabriel Magalhães. Oh, we're gonna get into some stats later on. I'm gonna show you how Gabriel Magalhães was brilliant in this match. Now, We see William Saliba at 6.9, Benjamin White 8.2. Another brilliant performance by Benjamin White. We see him with the second best stats of the day for us. For on the whole pitch. Gabriel Magalhaes 7.2. I believe he deserved a higher rating. Gabriel Magalhaes did not deserve 7.2. He does not deserve to be the same level as Kai Havertz. I'm sorry. He done brilliantly. Zinchenko got a score of 7.5. Kai Havertz 7.2 with a yellow card. Declan Rice 7.2. Once again, even I can see that Declan Rice and Saka, they were injured. You can see that they weren't at their best. But considering being injured or having a little niggling, whatever the story may be, they played very, very well. They played brilliantly. Martin Odegaard, captain. Super Odegaard. Captain, fantastic, scoring a 9.1. He was brilliant. Martin Odegaard was basically, once again, I call him the puppet master. He's the puppet master, pulling everyone's string, pulling the defense, pulling the midfield, pulling the attack. He's controlling, dictating everything. My captain, my number 8, Martin Odegaard. He had a superb match today. And most people are saying that once he signed the new contract, he's going to start declining like Aubameyang did. He's going to start declining like Ozil did. Nah. Martin Odegaard is cut from a different cloth. He's not like them guys there. Those wash up, those wannabes. Martin Odegaard is leading the line. He's our captain and he's proven it. I've been critical of him over the past few seasons that he doesn't fight hard enough. He doesn't show me that grit as a captain. And I'm saying that Declan Rice is just going to come in the team and take over. But so far, I don't want Odegaard to lose the captaincy. I want Odegaard to... I remember one time in the match, the ball went out for a corner for their team. And the way Odegaard was throwing a tantrum, using both hands, slapping the front, I'm thinking, what? Is this Odegaard? He's showing passion. And I've never seen him like this before. So he's improving. He's learning to take his team, the emotional ride. He's taking the emotional ride with the entire team. He's being, and some people say that, oh, they don't like him when players play with emotion. But to show passion, you have to show emotion. Emotion links with passion. So I don't understand these fans talking about they want to see passion for the players, but they don't want to see emotion. It's contradictory. So I see Odegaard starting to show emotion. When he's angry, he's shouting at players, get back into line, get back into position. When he's happy, he's punching the hair, hugging people. I remember what I see in the Carabao Cup, what he done to El Neni. He's pushing El Neni fans to get a round of applause. And also that young fella, I forgot his name. First time I'm seeing him play, but I know that he's a very good player based off the I've seen a few academy matches, and based off those matches I knew that it was good. But he surprised me a lot. This youngster surprised me a lot. And I see Odegaard taking him and pushing him into the crowd. Tell him to lap up all these celebrations, lap up all these praises that you're receiving, because trust me, it's going to put him in good stead when he's actually fighting for a first place place in the first team. So that was brilliant from our captain. Eddie Nketiah, he had an okay match. He was better than the previous matches I've seen him in. He was a lot better. So I have to give him credit. He was a lot better. Gabriel Jesus had a brilliant match. And we're going to get into the stats now. So this was the average possession. So we see on the left-hand side, this was the possession before the substitution. On the left-hand side, we see them more clustered together. But one thing I want you to highlight, one thing I want you to see right now is the position of number 6, which is Gabriel Magalhaes. He's more defensive. He's more closer to the keeper. He's more closer to Raya than Saliba. And in previous matches, it's normally the other way around, right? Normally, it's Saliba that's the closest to the keeper, and Magalhaes is more closer to the halfway line. But in this match, Arteta kind of tweaked the formation, and I love to see it because it gets the opponents thinking, what's going to happen now? Zinchenko plays below the halfway line beside Declan Rice, and once again, that's another tweak to the formation. Benjamin White closer to Saliba than he is to the halfway line. So all in all, I see that everyone is in the midfield. Even Nketiah. Nketiah is basically on the halfway circle, on the halfway line circle. That's where Nketiah is our striker. Look what he's playing. Gabriel J. He's not too much on the wing. He's basically inverted inside. Iman Saka. And we see Kai Havertz is basically the closest to these two. So this was the formation. It was clustered in the midfield, but when you look on the second half, now when the substitution came in, it's more scattered. We see that Smith Rowe is the most advanced at number 10. We see Vieira came on. Vieira is more came on for Saka, so he's playing Saka's position, but he's more advanced than Saka was when he was on. Odegaard is the same position really. Gabriel J, similar position that it was. We see that Reece Nelson came on, and Reece Nelson was playing the same way that Gabriel J was playing, and Gabriel J just took Havertz's position. We see Tomiyasu is playing similar position where Zinchenko was, but just more defensive. Gabriel Magalhaes is the same position. Ben White is in the same position. William Saliba in the same position. And if you look at Jorginho at number 20, he's more covering the right hand side. Declan Rice, when he was on, he was covering the middle. Jorginho is covering the right hand side. So this is the progression via carry, and comparing to the progression via passing. Now, for their team, they had 3 players: Aarons, Zabarni, and Sensi. These 3 players were the most advanced for them in terms of done the best for progression carry and progression passes. These 3 players. Now, when you look at our team, all of our 11 players are inside that middle. The rest are clustered down the bottom, below 0.5 in progressive carry, and below 2 on the progressive V passes. So this a cluster, and this cluster is basically these first team players for them are clustered with our substitution. So you can see that our players were far superior apart from on the progression carry and also the progression passes, apart from these 3 players that I've mentioned before. And as you can see, Gabriel Magalhaes is more advanced than William Saliba. That's one of the things I was saying, that Gabriel Magalhaes have a superb match. He done brilliant in this match. Look at his progression carry. Is 0.25% higher. Is 0.25 higher than that of William Saliba, and that's brilliant. We see him dribbling from the back, dribbling out from the back, passing out, looking for passes. He's not just, as soon as he gets it, he gets nervous and just pass it anyway. He dribbles from the back. He look for passes, and his passes are up there. His progressive passes is high as well. And also we can see David Raya is higher than Neto. By the way, Neto had a fantastic match. If it wasn't for Neto, they would have conceded about 8 or 10. And I'm not even joking. That's how good Neto was on the day. Neto was superb for them. He kept out a lot of chances. And remember, Smith Rowe came on and had 2 shots, and those 2 shots, it was a fantastic save by the keeper. Fantastic keeping out Smith Rowe chances. So that's it for the progression and pass and carry. So another stat that I wanted to pick up on, Gabriel J done brilliantly in his duels. Remember, this guy was playing left wing, and he's a number 9, but he plays like he's a destroyer. You know, in FIFA, you have those midfield. I would say he's like more like Luis that plays for Aston Villa. I would say Luis is a destroyer. He does a lot of things very well, but his main attribute for me is the destroyer. He clamps down the midfield. He kicks, he hits, he smashes. He's like you know, that person that defends the quarterback. That's what he was. And I see Gabriel J, he had 13 duels. For a small player, he won 10 of them. Bear in mind, Bournemouth players, they're strong, they're tall, they're lanky. Especially Billing. People like Billing, their midfield, very strong, very agile, very lanky. Strong players. And we see Gabriel Jesus in 13 duels and winning 1. Winning 1 area duels as well. 1 out of 1 area duels. Brilliant. This guy was playing very, very brilliant. So the stats don't say that he had the stats said he had an okay match. But for me, he should have had an 8 minimum, the way he played. And now people, I hate this concept now people have these days to say that Gabriel J, they can't rate him as a player because his possession is up front, is a forward. He should be scoring goals, and he's not scoring the goals. I hate this concept, this notion people have to judge a player simply because he's not scoring. I understand that he's a forward, but where does he play in our team? In our team, he's not just a forward. He's a player that cares for the whole team. He fights for the whole team. He duels for the whole team. When we get into other slides, I'm going to show you why I said that. Because we need to have this. We need to get rid of this false notion. Now I'm going to make another video of Kai Havertz to see the comparison between Xhaka and Havertz. Because once again, I understand that Havertz started as a forward. But where is he playing for us? What does the manager want him to do? That's how we should judge him. Not based off, he's not scoring enough goals. He's not doing this. Every player, well, depending on the manager, a player might change position. Now, it's down to us as fans to understand this and stop giving false judgment. Because we're judging players based off what the manager requires of them, or judging a player based off what the manager does not want from them. So I'm not saying that Mikel Arteta doesn't want them to score. I'm saying that the position they're playing and what he requires of them is not just goal. It's more than goals. So when we get into the other side, we're going to see that it's a strategy from Arteta to have Gabriel J to do certain things in the match. So this is a slide that I want to speak about with Gabriel J. This is the territories of control. Now, out of possession, we see Gabriel J's at left back. Gabriel Jesus a forward playing left back. He's playing beside Zinchenko. Zinchenko is the left back. If you want to use another terminology or another term, you can say he's left wing back, right? Rice, he's playing on par, the same level with Rice, and we know that most times out of possession, Rice is more deep, trying to cover the centre backs. He's playing on the same level, on the same line as Benjamin White, our right back. Let that sink in. Now, he didn't score, and most fans may be criticizing, oh, why didn't he score, right? What's going on? We need more goals from this guy. Look where he is. How'd you expect him to score? We don't see the dirty work. And this is the problem with us as fans. We're so negative and one-sided. We don't see the dirty work this guy does for the team. If he was not there, not covering Zinchenko, because we know that Zinchenko is not good in defending. He's weak at defending. And if he's not there to cover Zinchenko, possibly would have conceded a goal. Now the team, the fans will be cussing the team. Oh, they can't even keep a clean sheet. But when there's a player willing to be a team player, to sacrifice his position, to sacrifice scoring goals, just to be at the defense, for the better of the team, to keep a clean sheet. What, we don't see that now. We don't see things like this. We need to have a open mind as fans. We need to start seeing things that's not obvious. Because we see the obvious things and we criticize the obvious things. Fair play. Everyone could do that. But we need to start looking deeper. Look at Gabriel J's position. Now on the right hand side, we see in position. You see him attacking. Right? So understand this, that our players are playing in various positions, various formation, and this is what the manager requires from them. And so far, it's been going good. I've said in previous video, we're like a lamb, a stew lamb, cooking. You turn on the heat, and we're cooking slowly. Everyone wants us to score 10 goal, 15 goal in a match. Nah, it's not all the time we're gonna be like that. Sometimes we just need to turn the heat down and cook slowly. Because when that meat is finished, we see when that lamb is finished, it's so succulent, so juicy. This is what I believe our title, we're going to be lifting a title this season, whether it's the Champions League or the Premier League, because we're slow cooking. Now, in reverse, in comparison, in contrast, if you're cooking some eggs and you turn the heat up, it's going to burn the eggs. You're going to be disappointed. Man, I've wasted my eggs. This is those fans that wanted a quick start. In the race, we call it a fast start. The race is not for the swift. That's another terminology. It's for not the battle for the strong, but for those that will endure to the end. So it's about endurance. The person that always starts off the quickest, that's Man City. It's not. We done that last season. History shows you. You've got evidence. We done that last season. And I'm sorry for talking like this, but these fans are getting on my nerves. These fans that expect us to always be on peak, always being 10, always outperforming teams and always outscoring teams. It's not always going to be like that. Sometimes we have to be gritty. Sometimes we have to be dirty. And slow cook. It's a process. Now, I'm seeing that I rather this way, because last season we start off fast, then we start to fall away at the end. And City just took control. And City started off slow last season. So this season we start the same way City started last season. City start the same way we started last season. Let's see what's going to happen at the end of the season. Because for me, City lost yesterday, right? They lost against Wolves. 2-1 against Wolves. They already start to decline. We're still unbeaten, yet fans are still criticizing. I don't understand you guys. I don't understand. You guys are too reactionary, man. Now we're just gonna go in a bit more stats. So the expected goal, we had 3.47 expected goals, and we outscore our XG because we got 4 goals and this is 3.4. Expected assist 1.3. Ball position, we had 58 ball position compared to their 42. And once again, in the video that I prepared for the preview for Bournemouth, it's the same position. Bournemouth have an average 42% of their entire match for this season, and we are the average of 54 to 58% average ball possession, and it's the same as in this game. So this shows you that, man, we've been playing a certain way throughout the season, and it's been yielding results because we haven't lost. We missed 4 top plays against Tottenham, 4 top plays, first team plays against Tottenham, and we still managed to come out with a point. And many fans still see that as, well, to be fair, I was disappointed. But some teams are being over the top saying that our season is done. This is I hate hearing things like so reactionary. Then 2 weeks time off, if we beat City, next week, if we beat City, then, we're going to win this league. Every match, their opinion changes, man. Just have an opinion and stick to it until the end of the season. Please, I beg you. Now, we see shots. We had 15 shots compared to their 8. We had 8 on target. Block shots, we had 4. So, I love to see that. I believe that we could have had more shots, but I'm happy with the shots on target. So, we had more than half shots on target, and we've converted half of the shots on target. So, we missed 4 of them, even though we had 8 on target. So, for me, that's a very good conversion rate. That's 50%. That's 50% both ways, and I'm happy with that, because in previous matches we had loads of shots, having less than 8 on target, and scoring less goals. So the more shots we have on target, is the more goal we're going to score. So we need to continue this vein. Big chances, we created 6, so that's a possibility of 6 goals. And I can just remember too vividly, Smith wrote 2 shots that he had on goal, and the keeper making those brilliant save. That could have been 6 goals, right? We had big chances, missed 2. I remember Gabriel J hitting the woodwork once, but it doesn't matter because Saka converted it anyways with a header. Now, the keeper had 1 save to make. 1 save. Only 1. And that's why I'm saying that we didn't see much from him in terms of basically shot blocking, shot stopping, but his foot play, his ball work was absolutely brilliant. So this is my bread and butter. I love to see the stats. This is the final stats, by the way. Now we see David Raya. As well, I said David Raya was playing on the edge of the 18 most of the time for the whole match, basically, apart from when we're defending corners and free kicks and set pieces and such. But look at those passing lines. We see David Raya going to Benjamin White, that small thin line, but it mostly goes to Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. We see him go to Declan Rice. If you remember the previous match, there weren't no triangles to Declan. There was no pass to Declan Rice from the keeper. The keeper bypassed Declan Rice most of the match. But look at the rest of the passing lanes. It looks like a spider's web. Passes everywhere. If you also remember in the previous match, I was critical of the team not getting Nketiah in the game. There was no pass between Nketiah and Gabriel J. There was only 1 pass between the top 4. There was only 1 pass between Odegaard, Nketiah, Kai Havertz, and Gabriel J in the last match. Only 1 pass. How can we expect to win a match like this? It's amazing. I don't understand. I don't know what happened that match. I don't know if it was an instruction from the manager. Well, I doubt it, because that was shambles. Not even 1 link-up play between those players. I don't know if they were having an argument with each other before the match. I don't know what happened, but for me that was strange. This line passing map is what I love to see. Everyone passing to everyone, sharing the ball, right? Not being stingy or greedy with the ball, sharing the ball. So we see that even David Raya went straight to him. Now, one of the things I love to see, as what I was saying, for me, the best in this match, you would think it's Zinchenko and Odegaard, right? But we see Zinchenko having 1 passing lane, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 passing lanes for Zinchenko. But look at my centre back, number 6. He passed to Gabriel Magalhaes, Gabriel Jesus, 1. He passed to Zinchenko, 2. You can see a thin line to Nketiah, 3. You can see another thin line to Kai Havertz, 4. You can see a thin line to Odegaard, 5. You can see a big line to Declan Rice, 6. You can see a thin line to William Saliba, 7. And then obviously pass back and forth between the David Raya. So 8. So 8 passing lanes. 8 passing lanes from Gabriel Magalhaes. And you would think that it would pass more to Saliba because they're together. No. That's what I'm saying. The triangle he creates with David Raya, Saliba, and Gabriel Magalhaes. They're passing lanes. So that's why I'm saying that David Raya was playing like a centre back, and Gabriel Magalhaes was playing like the left centre back, and Saliba was playing like the right centre back. I'm saying that, man, this is brilliant to see, and I think that we miss these things. We miss these things. Now, this is what I'm saying. Put some respect on Gabriel Magalhaes' name. We need to identify the quality we have. This player, and he's only going to get better and better, right? If William Saliba is the Rolls Royce, Gabriel Magalhaes is the Ferrari. He's the Ferrari of our team, of our defense. Aggressive, mean, always in the battles, right? This is Gabriel Magalhaes. We need to start appreciate our players, because if we don't appreciate him, he's gonna go to another team that appreciates him more, and then we're gonna be missing him when we start seeing him having very good performances. So we need to appreciate this. From this appreciation video in part for Gabriel Magalhaes, because I'm seeing things that I don't think any other fans are. Well, if they're seeing it, they're not voicing their opinion on the matter. They're not giving the flowers. They're not giving the credit he deserves. So well done, Gabriel Magalhaes. Well done, Gabriel Jesus. Oftentimes we can criticize when a player is doing bad, when they're not scoring goals, just like Gabriel Jesus. They haven't scored for a while. Apart from that goal he scored last week, we may criticize, but we need to also give them a round of applause for when they do the dirty work for the team. And Kai Havertz, I hear people criticizing, oh, it's just a penalty. It's going to give him confidence. And that's all we need from our players, confident. And when you have confidence, they will improve their play. So that's the video there and then, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I know it's a long one today, but trust me, it's worth it. It's well worth it. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about what I said. Many might agree, some might disagree. If you disagree, let me know what you disagree. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out like a big family, the Gunners family, right? Let's talk it out, right? If you see something I said that rub you the wrong way, leave a comment. Let me know. But make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Share this video, guys. Like, we need to grow our fan base as big as possible. It's already the biggest in the world, I believe, the most vocal fan base. But let's just get even bigger. And also help me on my journey to 100 subs. Catch you next video. Goodbye.